What's going on, guys? Welcome to our channel. My name is Ryan. This is my beautiful wife, Lindsay. We go by Rnzy. We are full-time shoe resellers. We're gonna continue with this type of video, putting out this type of video at least once per week, where we break down some of the sales that we've had during the last 7 days and talk about where we got the shoes, how much they sold for, how much they were purchased for. We're of course going to talk about our profit on each pair. These types of videos were very, very helpful to us when we first started, because it showed us what brands, what styles, what sizes we're selling, but not only that, where to get them, and then a breakdown, of course, on which platform they sold on.
Alright, so this week we sold 90 pairs of shoes total the last 7 days, and so we're going to break down 25 of those pairs. We sold on Poshmark, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, GOAT, and StockX, those 5 platforms for all these 25 pairs that we are going to show you. With those 25 pairs, we brought in just over $1,000 profit, $1,033.01 to be exact. So we'll go through 25 of the 90 pairs that we sold this week.
All right, let's dive in. Pair number 1 are these 2017 Nike Air Max in the triple black. These sold on StockX. Our buy cost was $59. We got these at the outlet. They were having a really good sale. I think it was $79 plus 30% off. And so we got them for $59. As you can see, they sold for $170. We got back $151.30. We profited $92.30 on that pair.
So the next pair is the same pair, these Nike Air Max 2017 triple black, but we sold them on GOAT. So the buy cost was $59. I don't remember what they sold for, $180, I think it was, $180.
Yeah.
So we got back $157.90, and then minus the 3% PayPal fee, we ended up profiting $94 on these. Same thing, they came from the Nike outlet.
These are a huge bolo, these 2017 triple black Nike Air Max. The reason is because they're not going to be making them anymore. So if you can find them at your outlet, literally under $100, you should be able to make a good profit. We were fortunate enough to come across these when they were a lot less than that, getting them for $59 a piece. Here, the next pair, these are a pair of Salomon XR Mission Trail Running. Our buy cost on these was $5.33. This was a women's size 11 that we sourced at a local thrift. I can't remember if it was a Goodwill or a Salvation Army. We like to source thrifts that are high volume, which means they've got a lot of shoes available. They've got a lot of shoes coming in, which means a lot of shoes have to go out. And in those scenarios, they have really good discounted tiers throughout the month. So we got these for $5 and change. As you can see, they sold on Poshmark for $49. After fees, we got back $39.20, which means we profited $33.87 on this pair of Salomons.
All right, next up is a pair of brand new Adidas I-5923s. These came from the Burlington haul that we did a little over a month ago. They cost us $16. They sold on Poshmark for $69, so we got back $55.20. So after fees and everything, we ended up profiting $39.20.
Boom. Up next, we have a brand new pair of Nike Renew Rival Shield. What's really cool about this pair is they're water repellent. That's a bonus when it comes to footwear. This was part of the Burlington haul. We rounded up. We got these for $15.98, but we put them in at $16 just to make it easier. We sold these for $79. After fees, we got back $63.20, which means we profited $47.20 on this one pair.
So next up, and we do really well with the Haans, and sometimes you find the vintage older collabs where they were actually owned by Nike. So it's Haan by Nike, and they have like the air bubble tread. So these are a pair of Haan and Nike Air sandals. We got them for $8.20 at a Goodwill, and we sold them for $39. Got back $31.20, so we profited $23.
Boom. Up next, this is another thrift find. We got these Teva de la Vina Dos. Waterproof Teva boots. Again, waterproof, water repellent. We talk about Gore-Tex all the time. Waterproof shoes and waterproof footwear does really, really well for us. We got these in the thrift for $5.33. As you can see, we sold them on Poshmark for $49. Got back $39.20, which means we profited $33.87 on this pair.
All right, next up is another sale on Poshmark. These are Nike Air Safari Premium. We got them for $12.50. We actually got these in a lot from another reseller that just didn't want to sell anymore. And so we got them for $12.50. We sold them for $69, which got us back $55.20. So we profited $42.70 on this pair.
Boom. That's
and they're a men's 7, but we sold them as a women's 8.5, and just made sure in the description we put men's 7 fits women's 8.5, and then showed a photo of the tag as well, so there's no confusion.
Selling them as a men's 7 or a women's 8.5, both are okay, but there's more people searching quantity-wise for women's 8.5 than there is for a men's 7. Just a quick point there. So the next pair we have is a pair of Converse Chuck Taylor All-Star Lows. As you can see, these are a youth size 3, really small pair of Converse. We got these at the thrift for $8.68. We sold them for $39, got back $31.20. On this pair, we profited $22.52. When we're sourcing smaller shoes, youth, or even small little infant shoes, we like to source smaller youth and infant shoes that have an adult version. Obviously, there is an adult version of these Converse Chuck Taylor All-Star Lows in the adult version, and that's what we mean by that. It's easier, in our experience over the last 3 years, selling smaller shoes that have an adult version.
All right, next up is another pair from the Burlington hauls. They're $15.98. It's a pair of P6000. These are the Bowerman sneakers. They, $15.98. We got back $63.20. They sold for $79. So our profit was $47.22 on this pair. They sold full price.
Boom. Up next, we have a pair of UGG Sheepskin Brookfield short boots. And the reason we wanted to show you this sale among a bunch of the sales that we're showing you is we had to clean the profit into these shoes. When we got these from the thrift, we got them for $8.61, but the leather on the bottom of the shoe needed a little bit of work. Not a lot. It still only took a few minutes. We used a dry brush, and then we used some of the kiwi leather, what's it called?
Polish.
Kiwi leather polish. To really bring the life back into these UGG sheepskin. It's super important when you're restoring shoes. It doesn't mean you want to buy shoes that are thrashed up and ripped and torn and all that, but you want to be able to understand the difference between something taking a super long time to restore and something that only takes a few minutes, and that comes with experience. And we've experienced that kiwi leather polish works really well. Go ahead.
I thought you were going to forget to say what we profited.
Yeah, so we sold these. I think we did have them listed higher. We accepted an offer of $50. After the fees, we got back $40, which means we profited $31.39 on this pair.
All right, so this was a bundle that we sold. So 2 pairs, the same buyer, same size, both brand new, both from separate Burlington trips. So one was $13.40 and one was $15.98. So all in, we were at $29.38. So this bundle sold for $125. After fees, we got back $100. Shipping was paid by the buyer, which is really awesome with bundles on Poshmark. Unless they weigh over 5 pounds, you don't have to worry about extra shipping or anything. So we got back $100. So after our buy cost, we profited $70.62.
Boom. Up next, we have a pair of Polo Ralph Lauren Irwin leather Chukkas in this really nice sand color. These are a men's size 13. We got these at the thrift for $5.33. Sold them for $49. Got back $39.20, which means we profited $33.87 on this one pair. These were super easy to clean when it comes to any kind of leather or... take that away, not leather. When it comes to suede, which these are, we always stick to sourcing suede that's in really good condition, that you're not going to have to do a lot of cleaning. The only cleaning that we had to do was on that rubber trim on the bottom near the sole, and that's very easy to clean. So
all right, next up, another pair from our Burlington haul, a pair of Adidas Solar Drives. So brand new, we got them for $15.98. They sold for $79 on Poshmark, which got us back $63.20. So we profited $47.22.
Boom. Here is, up next is a pair of New Balance Minimus Vibram. Whether it's men's or women's, we do really, really well with New Balance as a brand. But then these Minimus with the Vibram soles as a style that does really well for us, again, across the board, men's and women's. These are a women's size 6.5. We got these at the thrift for $8.20. Want to point something out. When we're talking about buy costs, like for example, I just said the buy cost for these is $8.20. We include, obviously, the cost of the shoes. We include the tax that we pay. We include, for example, if we donate $1, like some of the local Goodwills, you can donate $1, or you can round up and donate. That's included in our buy cost. The gas that it takes to drive around and pick all this stuff up. Absolutely everything that you can think of. Tolls. Sometimes there's tolls in Maine as we're traveling around. We keep track of all that, and then we average it in and put it into our buy cost. So when we say that these New Balance Minimus Vibrams cost $8.20, can't remember off the top of my head exactly what they cost. It was obviously less than that, but then with all those things that I just talked about, it brought the buy cost up. That way, when we calculate our net profit, it's our true profit. There's not any other things that we're gonna have to think about. So these sold for $39. We got back $31.20. We profited $23 on this pair.
Ooh, next up, so this was a Facebook Marketplace local delivery. This is a pair of Nike Rival Flies in like a super nice lime green color. They came from the Burlington haul, so they're $15.98. They sold locally for $60. So we profited $44.02.
Boom. Here is another local Facebook Marketplace local meetup. This is a really cool thing. So someone had reached out to us because we've been posting in the month of July a lot of shoes. 4 pairs per day we're posting on Facebook Marketplace. And then of course we're cross-posting on up to 20 buy and sell groups on Facebook. And a gentleman reached out to us and said, hey, I've got some shoes. I'm not interested in posting them and dealing with all that, but you clearly are someone who sells a lot of shoes. Would you be interested in purchasing these? We had a conversation, and this was one of the pairs that we purchased from the individual. We met in person, authenticated everything. The condition was what they said, and we came to a really good price point. These cost us $25. We actually bought 4 pairs from the individual for $100 total, and then so break that down, that's $25 a pair. We then posted these on Facebook, and a gentleman who has purchased a lot of shoes from us actually this month said, hey, I want those, and we sold them for $100 cash, $25 cash out, $100 back in, $75 profit on this pair.
All right, so next up is another pair we got from the Nike outlet. They cost $16.63. It's a pair of Nike React Element 55s in solar red. These were a men's 8. Which we also had listed as women's 9.5. Sometimes we list them as both because a lot of men do wear size 8 as well. So we listed them twice, so we made sure we took down the one that didn't sell, obviously. So they cost $16.63. We sold them on Mercari for $75 with free shipping. We got back $56.50, and so we profited $39.87.
So, quick thing about this pair of shoes. Some of you might be saying, I don't understand how you got this pair of shoes at the outlet. What was our buy cost?
$16.63.
How did you get this pair for $16.63? Now, those of you that have been following us on Instagram saw recently when we went into the outlet, they were hosting a bunch of what's called green money. These green tags that are on the boxes, or the half boxes if they're on the hash wall, which these were, where sometimes based on the volume in an outlet, corporate or whoever you want to call it allows that outlet to discount pairs even more. If they really said, hey, you know, we've had these for a while, the price points that we've used aren't working. The last markdown, the lowest possible price that you're ever going to see is if it has a green tag on it. And this was one of those scenarios. There was some on the hash walls. It wasn't selling for the price that they wanted. And then we went in and noticed that they had green tagged it. A lot of people call it green money. And that is that scenario. It happens. It doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't mean you can just go into every single outlet and there'll be green tagged, super inexpensive stuff. But if you understand the systems as we just talked about, you'll be able to understand when's the best time to go into an outlet, and you'll keep an eye out for that.
The next one is the same, so why don't you just...
Oh yeah, so
from the same thing.
Good call, good call. So this was another pair, as Lindsay just said, where we got it for a drastically reduced price. There's also something else that's really interesting about this. So this is a brand new pair of Nike Star Runners in this cool gray and pink. This was sold on Mercari for $64. Our buy cost on these was $16.63. As Lindsay said, it just came from that same exact outlet haul. Sold for $64, got back $46.60. Our profit was $29.97. What's also very interesting and noteworthy to point out, these shoes retail for $55. So you might be saying, like, I don't understand how you sold them for $64. Well, here's why. These are actually a youth pair of shoes. These are a youth size 7Y. That's the same exact size as a women's 8.5 when we're talking about Nike, which this is a pair of Nike shoes. So we bought them in the youth section of the hash wall. We then sold them as a women's 8.5. Again, it's literally the same exact size shoe. But because there's more women looking for women's 8.5 than there is for youth size 7, the market value on this particular pair was higher. Retail does not matter. Vice versa, there have been shoes in the outlet that retail for $160 that the outlet can't even sell for 19 bucks. Or they can't even sell for 29 bucks, or whatever marketplace you look, they're not selling. It doesn't really matter what the retail is. This is why we're talking about it's always super important to check the comps on the marketplace that you're using.
Ooh, this was a good one. All right, so this was a 3-pair bundle we sold on Mercari, and they were actually all consignment, so our buy cost was nothing.
Zero.
So the bundle, the 3 pairs, sold for $175. We had to up our shipping to 10 pounds because they're pretty heavy. So it was 13 bucks for shipping. So after fees, we got back $144.50. What we do with this consignee is we pay him back what he paid for the shoes. So for those 3 pairs, that was $36. So $36 went back to him, and then we split the profit. So we put nothing in, we got him back his $36, and then we split what was left. So we ended up with $54.25 profit from this bundle.
We talk in previous videos about how we've built up our consignment business. Feel free to check out that video if that's something you might be interested in. There's pros and cons to doing it. Just make sure you check out that video. We break down our entire consignment business. Up next is a brand new pair of Wolverine Jetstream steel toe boots. These were a men's size 11. We actually got a bunch of different colorways in this. This came from the Burlington haul that we are referencing a little over a month ago. We brought in 875 pairs one day, and then I think the other was like 200 and something pairs. So over 1,000 pairs we brought in between those two Burlington hauls. This pair cost $15.98. Steel toe is obviously, there's across all brands, steel toe is very good, but you always do want to check comps on the specific brand. These were men's 11, sold for 79 bucks. Got back $60.10, which means we profited $44.12 on this pair.
Last one. So this pair came from that local pickup of 4 pairs that we bought from the guy for $100. So I bought our buy cost for this pair of Nike Air Max 1. These are from the Ripstop pack. They're in atomic green.
Boom.
They sold for $111 on Mercari. So after we paid shipping and fees, we got back $88.90. So after the $25 buy cost from the local guy, we ended up profiting $63.90.
Boom. So that's how many total pairs was that?
That was 25 of our 90 pairs.
25 of the 90 pairs that we have sold this week. And just on these 25 pairs, we've profited a little over $1,000. Lindsay said it earlier, $1,000 $33.01. We put out these videos to show you as much information as we possibly can about what we're doing, how we're doing it, where we're getting the shoes, where we're selling the shoes, maybe a little bit of our pricing strategy. You've got the blueprint down, and we're literally showing you what to go out and source. All you have to do is go out and do it. The reason that we're comfortable sharing videos like this is because the reality is, this is gonna blow your mind, the reality is there's enough room, there's enough inventory, and there's enough marketplaces for all of us to get our piece of the pie. As always, guys, if you have any questions at all about what we talked about in this video, if you have any questions about shoe reselling, jump into the comments below. And until the next video, we hope you enjoy each and every single step.